Everyone loves the beach, or we did until the movie Jaws came out. If you come into contact with a shark, the New York Times warns it's no longer correct to use the term shark attack, but rather terms like shark bites, interactions, or my favorite, encounters. But are sharks getting a bad rap? After all, dogs kill more people each year than sharks do, and dogs are like family to many of us. Professor Chris Lowe is the Shark Lab Director at California State University, Long Beach. He's an expert on sharks, and he joins us now. Welcome to you, Chris. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. I mean, the movie Jaws, I think, really negatively impact public perception of sharks. You're an expert, not on mechanical sharks like they used in the movie, but on the real ones. Give us the real side of sharks, not the Hollywood side, the real side.
Well, the real side is they're like any other animal. They're out there swimming, eating, resting, just wasting time in some cases, trying to find mates. So the Hollywood perception is that if you see a shark, it's going to bite you. And that simply isn't true.
Do we know what causes, I think you would know better than I do. I think dogs and even farm animals kill more people each year than sharks do. But sharks scare us more. Do we know what causes them to bite or otherwise attack, if that's the right word?
Yeah, so the bottom line is we don't really know why sharks occasionally bite people, what we call an unprovoked bite, where a person's out minding their own business and a shark swims along and bites them. The problem is we don't know that shark's motivation. Now, we can put that into two categories. We could say, well, the shark's motivation was defense. It was defending itself, which all animals will do if they feel threatened. The other category is feeding, predation. So the question is, when the shark bit that person, what was that shark motivated by? And quite often, the people that are bitten never see the shark coming, so we don't know the context under which that person's been bitten. So the simple answer is we don't really know. At best, scientists think that many of these bites just might be accidents, and frankly, sharks make accidents a lot less often than people do.
I think I read, you're the expert, I am not. I think I read that actually farm animals each year kill more people than sharks. I know dogs do. I think bee stings do as well. So how can we keep the right proportion as it relates to sharks vis-a-vis other animals that we're not as fearful of?
Sure, it's all about perception, right? So the way sharks are portrayed helps influence how people think about them. And of course, a lot of that started with the book and movie Jaws, but it hasn't really changed. So, you got to remember, 150 years ago, people were deathly afraid of whales because whales killed people. Of course, they were killing whalers that were trying to kill them. But nonetheless, whales had a very, bad reputation, at least based on the way they were perceived by the public. Now, whales are viewed very differently. We view whales as this intelligent mammal that can communicate and is very social. But it took us years or decades to change people's perceptions about whales. And now we're doing that with sharks. It's just harder to do when they get so much publicity.
People love the beach. I like to go to the beach. My plan when I go is I let my wife go out into the water first, and if she appears to be okay, then I go in after her. Is there a smarter way to determine whether or not it is safe to wade out into the ocean?
So the bottom line is most of our beaches in the U.S. have really good lifeguards, and they're very knowledgeable. So what we always advise is go talk to your local lifeguard. Do your homework on the beach that you're going to go to. Know something about the animals that you might encounter when you go to that beach. Believe it or not, sharks are probably, at least in Southern California, are the least of your worries. We have lots of stingrays here, and they injure thousands of people. So the bottom line is people should do your homework before you go in the water and know what you could experience. In addition, rip currents, which are the biggest danger in most beaches around the U.S., kill far more people than any of the animal injuries that could occur. So the bottom line is if everybody does their homework, you can still go in the ocean and have a great time and get to enjoy it. You just got to share the waves with the animals that live there.
Well, thank you for helping us do our homework, and thank you for educating us, and thank you for being with us on a Sunday night.